What's up, guys? This is Matt here at Paradise Rock Club. We're in the middle of a sound check right now on the Boondock Saints 10th anniversary tour. We're going to go into the tour bus in a little while and talk with some of the guys. Should be a good time. What's up, guys? I'm here with the guys from the excellent movie Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day. I'm with David Della Rocca, writer, director Troy Duffy, Bob Marley, Daniel DeSantos. This is probably a good time to tell you that this is my first interview. So, yeah.
All
yeah.
right. This is a really bad
Yeah.
Come on, everybody. Blast World. Give them a round of applause.
Hells yeah.
Nobody's going to get hurt, man. It's going to be great.
I am very excited. So what are you guys doing tonight?
Getting hammered.
A lot of drinking.
Working it up hard. I'm going to tell some jokes, and then the boys are going to play some tunes. These guys are going to hang out and sign stuff.
Awesome.
A Boondock fuck fest to end all fuck fests.
This is the pinnacle, the crowning moment of the Boondock Saints tour.
So I'm gonna start with a hard-hitting question. I'm an aspiring beard grower. So, Rocco, you have an excellent beard in the movie. Troy, you're always rocking a good beard. Do you have any tips or suggestions for me as I grow my beard?
Yeah, the more manly you are, the better your beard will be. I noticed you got some patches of bareness right here and here.
I'm trying to get it to catch up with itself. All right, so how does it feel to have the whole gang back together after 10 years, 5 years of litigation? How is it to be back with each other?
It's very vindicating, you know. That time period, it wasn't our choice to have 10 years between films with a fan base crying out every day.
Absolutely. So how much easier does it make this whole process that you all... Yeah, you just hold that. You just... All right. Beautiful. All right.
That's like saves the day again.
Way to handle it, Troy. All right, so does it make it easier to go through this whole process from filming to post-production to now doing a publicity tour with the camaraderie you guys all seem to have with each other? Does that make it easier to kind of go through all this?
I actually think it would be fairly impossible without that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been cool, man. I mean, you know, especially being the newbie, this tour is really, I don't know, it's been so much fun, man. I said it before, it is like a family, you know, even with the fans, and it's been great to meet everybody that comes out to these events, and every city we go to, it's like, you know, fans come out of nowhere, man. It's incredible to see that. It's been really cool.
That is awesome. So if there's one word you could use to describe this fan base, what would it be?
Badassery. Is that a word?
That is a word now. Yeah, it's absolutely a word.
Wicked.
A wicked. A wicked. A wicked.
What's your word?
I already said great.
Great from Rock. Badassery. Yeah, let's get Daniel.
I was gonna say avuncular, but I would say crazy, man.
Crazy. I'm gonna go with rabid. So Bob and Rocco, what lines or actions from the first movie do you get stopped by fans and asked to reenact the most?
You're going nowhere.
Yes.
That's
I know.
I get fuck ass, give me a beer. No, I get you going nowhere. But that was, in fairness, that was my mother saying that to me. That was before the movie. So
It's very easy to act that way. So was there ever any apprehension about doing a second movie based on the popularity of the first? Because the only thing I can really equate doing a second Boondock Saints 2 is like doing The Big Lebowski 2 or something. So,
well, I mean, of course there was apprehension because sequels suck. So in that way, it was a little daunting. But what I did was I realized that in good sequels, they do something very simple. They give the audience everything they love about the first movie, plus a whole new storyline, a bunch of new characters that they could have never seen coming. So that's what I did in Boondock 2.
Sweet.
And I was no longer anxious, my friends.
All right, so how did the fans' love of this movie dictate what you put into the sequel?
There was a few things where I responded directly to the fan base. There's a few inside jokes and stuff like that, but one of the things that really helped make the story a lot wider and broader in Boondock 2 was going into Il Duce's history and his past. I took my cues from the fans on that.
So in your minds, does this movie play towards the cult audience that was already the fan base, or does it try to bring in a new audience?
I think it does both. You know, fans of the first one, I think the response has been that they love this one. You know, a lot of them even more. But you know, Troy was saying with bringing in these new characters to it and adding to the sort of lore that the original cast had, man. You bring in so many different people. I mean, between Clifton Collins, Julie Benz, and Peter Fonda, you know, that's a wide group, and you add that to the incredible cast in the first one, and you got like a juggernaut here. And it's been kind of cool to see, you know, the different types of fans that have come in over the last 10 years, and the new ones especially. It's been cool.
Nice. That was well played.
Bravo.
Judges go.
Yeah.
DeSanto, 10s across the board. He has Nadia Comaneci.
So Bob, I gotta ask, based off Daniel mentioning Julie Benz, were you ready to give Troy a hug when you found out you wouldn't have to play off another Willem Dafoe
I would go
type?
to Troy every day with the script, and I would say to Troy, I think I would probably kiss her here. He would go, listen to me, Molly, you Todd. You're not going to kiss her at a crime scene. It doesn't make sense. And I go, all right, just checking.
Well, this whole franchise is really a true underdog in every way. So what advice would you give to an actor or a writer or a director who maybe doesn't have a lot of resources but has the drive and the passion to really get into the movie business?
Hey, I didn't have any resources when I first started out. There's a lot of kids out there with no resources. Most of us start out that way. All you have to do is get around the business and find your way in. Anybody that tells me they're a filmmaker living in East, butt-fuck Kansas, I don't take them seriously. Unless you move to New York or Los Angeles and get a job around it and start working it, then you're not a filmmaker at all.
From the acting standpoint, I mean, you know, it's so rare in this business. You're constantly going to auditions and you're constantly not getting them, so you're kind of told you're not good enough. Then every once in a while you have this one shining moment where someone sees something in you and believes in you, as Mr. Duffy did, through the audition process when I was going for this. So, I mean, especially from the acting side of it, you just keep going, man. You keep going, you believe in yourself, and you believe in your craft, and you just keep putting it out there, and eventually the world will reciprocate.
Right on.
Don't have a backup plan.
So my mother said, you can fall back. You have a degree. You can get benefits. You don't have to do this.
And here you are now, still doing it.
Here I am still doing it, Ma.
Yeah, Ma.
Come on, Ma. You want to go? I'll fight you.
What?
I'll be home for supper.
All right, so I heard the first cut of this movie was 3 hours and 15 minutes. And the thing I love about Boondock Saints is there are so many good secondary characters. Like you could do a whole movie with Doc and it would be fantastic. So how do you decide to cut that down to a minute or an hour and 52 minutes?
Each one's like a knife in your heart, but you got to do it, and I do respect that whole less than 2 hours thing. On our specialty edition, before I've even done my director's cut, there's 22 minutes of added scenes and extended scenes. So when the kids buy that, they're not going to get freaking ripped off like they did the first time around. But it should be mentioned that I wasn't in control the first time around.
Gotcha. All right, so we got to wrap it up, but I have to ask, what is next for this franchise and what is next for all of you guys? I've heard Good King, Bloodspoon Council, unnamed movies. So what's next?
I'd like to get a couple of scripts off my chest that I've written over that 10-year period of, we'll say, with a dark period. So I'd like to get a couple films under my belt before I try a 3, but it's not going to take any 10 years this time around.
Gotcha. Anybody else? What's next?
Stand-up, a lot of stand-up. I'm getting a Shaw's card on Tuesday. That'll be big.
Sweet.
I got a series in Canada right now on HBO Canada called Bloodletting and Miraculous Cures, and just produced and starred in a cartoon with a buddy of mine, Russell Peters, called The Dating Guy, and that'll be out later this year.
Fantastic. Rock?
I drive Bob Marley around to his gigs.
I would love to do that. I completely envy you. Yeah, thanks, Rock.
I mean, just with the...
I know. Yeah, right?
Cannot shut this guy up.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on a great movie and have fun tonight, guys.
I want to say congratulations to this guy on his first interview ever.
First interview. First interview.
Yeah. Woo! Can we get wasted now?